Begin the class again.
Just a little bit of
Mm-hmm. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربي زدني علما. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to class number 9. I hope you can hear me now. The agenda for the class was shared on the WhatsApp group. We will introduce the past tense verb today in section A of the class. Before we do that, let's do our normal drill of Damir, Munfasil, the detached pronouns. What are those 14 pronouns? On the board, I have broken down those 14 pronouns into third person, second person, and first person. So we'll begin with the third person, masculine. Huwa, what does huwa refers to? Huwa refers to he or it. Masculine gender, singular, third person. The next one is huma. Huma refers to masculine gender, third person, equals two, they for two people, for two persons, they equal to masculine gender. In blue you can see that. The next one is hum, masculine gender, third person, plurals, more than two, greater than two. So huwa, huma, hum. Hiya, feminine gender, she or it, third person, singular. Again huma, they equals two, for two female, for two feminine gender, third person. And then hunna, hunna is they greater than two, feminine gender. Coming to the second person, anta, you, second person, singular, masculine gender. Antuma, you, two people in front of me, second person,
two.
Masculine gender, equals two people. Antum, you, greater than two, masculine gender. Anti, you. Can I ask everybody to mute their mic, please? I guess there are a few people, their mics is not on mute. Jazakallah. I think there are a few people, their mics is not on mute. Anti, feminine gender, you, singular, second person. Antuma, again, you, second person, feminine gender. For two females, for two feminine gender. And antunna. Antunna, you, greater than two, feminine gender. Ana, first person, I, nahnu, we. So let's do this drill a couple of times just to remind ourselves. We have covered this topic in the previous classes. Huwa huma hum, hiya huma hunna, anta antuma antum, anti antuma antunna, ana nahnu. One more time. Huwa huma hum, hiya huma hunna, anta antuma antum, anti antuma antunna, ana nahnu. We need to memorize these 14 pronouns. We need to understand them. We need to know what they actually refers to. That is the basis of our understanding of the verbs. Today we are going to be doing the conjugation of the past tense verb. And the verb that I have selected, which is a very basic verb, is kharaja. What is the meaning of kharaja? He left. He left. What do we know about the verbs? Verb, fail, means an action. It refers to an action. And whenever there is an action, there has to be a doer of the action. Right? There has to be a doer of the action. So when the verb comes, we're always looking for who is performing the action. Kharaja is past tense. All nouns in their natural form are in a past tense. Remember when we were learning about the ism or the nouns, we said all nouns in their natural form manifest themselves in a marfu form. Similarly, the verbs or the fail, the three-letter verbs, manifest them. The first form is always in the past tense, starting from huwa. Starting from huwa. So when I say kharaja, what is the translation? He left. And when I say he left, why am I saying he? Because it is adjacent to huwa. He left. Now, I'm going to circle huwa and hiya. There is a reason for that. The action has been performed. He left. Kharaja. Where is the file? Where is the file in kharaja? It is mustatir. It is mustatir, hidden. Hidden means huwa. So whenever the first form or the original verb comes, the file is inside the verb, and we call it mustatir or we call it hidden. If you don't recall or don't remember the term mustatir, just remember hidden. When I say kharaja, the file is always huwa. Even though I don't see huwa in there, in kharaja, but I know the file is inside the verb. What does the file means? The doer of the action. The doer of the action. And the doer of the action is always a noun. A doer of the action is always a noun. So when I say kharaja, the file is huwa, automatically. I know who's the doer of the action. The base form, for example, if I say zahaba, what is the meaning of zahaba? He went. Kataba, he wrote. Kataba, he wrote. Daraba, he hit. He hit. So in all of these examples, daraba, kataba, kharaja, I'm saying he, right? So whenever the base form of the verb, the past tense comes in, the file or the doer of the action is huwa. So now I have identified the file, because the action cannot be performed without the file. The next one is kharaja. Kharaja. You probably notice after the lam kalima of the third letter of the verb, the alif comes in blue. What is this alif representing here? Why? Because whenever I would say kharaja and kharaja, this alif is representing the file. This alif is representing the file. So when I see a verb in this form or in this situation, I know it is for two people. So when I say kharaja, it means two people left. It means two people left, and they are third person, and they are masculine in gender. Kharaja, kharaja. So this alif is representing the file. This alif is representing the file. Kharaju. The next one is kharaju. For now, this alif is a spelling rule, just to protect the vaw. So kharaja, then again kharaja comes, but then vaw, remember in Arabic language, vaw is always compatible with the dhamma. So whenever the vaw comes, the letter behind it, behind the vaw, will get the dhamma. This is a spelling rule in Arabic language. So when I bring in kharaja and I bring vaw, which is representing the file, vaw also to turn the third letter or the third radical of the past tense, the Arab would be a dhamma. The sign will be the dhamma. And this alif is just to protect vaw. For now we'll put the alif, but we will discuss this concept in the next few lessons. Kharaja, kharaja, alif represent huma, kharaju. So when I say kharaju, this vaw is representing the file. What does that mean? When I say kharaju, that means more than two people left. More than two people left. And they were masculine gender. They were masculine gender. The three-letter verbs, they all come in the same form, and we'll do a lot of exercises and a lot of conjugation. Even in today's class, we'll probably try 2 more verbs using the same concept. So kharaju, vav represents a file. So when I say kharaju, then that means more than 2 people left, and they were masculine in gender. Then comes hiya. Hiya, she or it. Kharajat. kharajat. Now this ta is tau tanisi. This is not a file. So remember I circled hua and hiya here? Hua and hiya. In both cases, the file is hiding inside the verb. For rest of them, the 12 of them, the file is identified in blue. So when I say kharajat, this ta is not representing the file. It is representing that the person who left is a feminine gender, she, singular, third person. And the file is here. This is the first day. So some of you may get confused, but don't worry about it, because we will be doing a lot of conjugation of the past tense in the coming lessons. Grasp as much as you can. Watch the videos, go back and watch the videos. Kharajat. Then comes kharajata. This alif again is in blue. What is this alif representing? Huma. Kharajata. Kharajat. Ta is representing the tau tanisi, which means it is a feminine gender. Similarly, kharajata. This alif is representing two feminine gender, two female left. So this alif is the file. This alif is the file. Then comes hunna, more than two females, more than two feminine gender, left. Kharajna. Now, the third letter, the third radical of kharaja, which is jim here at hunna will get the sakun. This is the first day. So we'll do a lot of exercises. So when it comes to hunna, the third letter will get the sakun, and we say kharajna. And after that, the rest of them, the third letter will have the sakun. After kharajna, you are on 401. The third letter of the verb will get the sakun. This noon is nunu niswa. This is the file. This is representing hunna. Hunna means, when I say kharajna, which means more than two feminine gender left. Kharajna. Then comes the second person. Kharajta. Kharajta, remember at hunna, the third radical or the third letter of the verb will get the sakun, and then after that it will remain in sakun position. So I say kharaj ta. What is this ta representing? You left. You left. This ta is representing anta. Kharajtuma, representing antuma, which means two of you, masculine gender, second person left. Kharajtuma. Kharajtum, representing antum, which means more than two, masculine gender left. Kharajtum. Kharajti, representing anti, which means you, one, feminine gender, second person left. Kharajtuma, which means two feminine gender, second person left. They, you left. Antunna, kharajtunna. So ta tumatum, ti tumatunna. So this ta tumatum, ti tumatunna is representing the file. Is representing the file. So I say kharajtunna. We'll do a lot of conjugation of these verbs. This is the first day. I would recommend grasp as much as you can and then go back and then watch the videos to strengthen your knowledge about the conjugation of the verb. Conjugation of the verb is always difficult and tough for the students. But don't worry, we will do a lot of exercises, a lot of conjugation to strengthen ourselves. Then comes the first person. Kharaj tu. What is this tu representing here in blue? It is representing ana, which means I left. And kharaj na. What is this na representing here in blue? Nahanu, which means we all left. Right? So, kharaja, where is the file? Mustatir, hidden, which means huwa. Kharaja, where is the file? The alif. Kharaju, where is the file? Wow. Kharajat, where is the file? Hidden inside, representing hiya, only with huwa and hiya. Kharajat. Kharajata, where is the file? Alif. Kharajna, where is the file? Na. Kharajta, where is the file? Ta. Kharajtuma, where is the file? Tuma. Kharajtum, where is the file? Tum. Kharajti, where is the file? Ti. Kharajtuma, where is the file? Tuma. Kharajtunna, where is the file? Tunna. Kharajtu, where is the file? Tu. Kharajna, where is the file? Na. All verbs would be conjugated in the same pattern. For us to strengthen our knowledge or conjugation of these verbs, we need to write them down. We need to write them down. And then we will share some worksheets with you, inshallah, where you can actually write the damirs on one side and then try to conjugate the verbs, the past tense, so that you can strengthen yourself. Again, one more time. Kharaja, he left. Kharaja, two of them left, masculine. Kharaju, they left, more than two. Kharajat, she left. Kharajata, two of them, feminine, left. Kharajna, more than two of them, feminine gender, left. Kharajta, you, masculine, one person, left. Kharajtuma, two of you, masculine gender, second person, left. Kharajtum, more than two, you, second person, masculine gender, left. Kharajti, you, feminine, one person, feminine gender, left. Kharajtuma, two of you, feminine gender, second person, left. Kharajtunna, more than two of you, they left, feminine gender, second person. Kharajtu, I left. Kharajna, we left. Kharajna, we left. Now you will probably noticed kharajtuma is common here. So don't worry about it. The context of the sentence will tell us whether we are talking about the masculine gender or the feminine gender. What do we say in Suratul Fatiha? Ihdina siratal mustaqim. What is this ihdi? It's a verb, and na is us. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Let's do the conjugation one more time. Kharaja, kharaja, kharaju, kharajat, kharajata, kharajna, kharajta, kharajtuma, kharajtum, kharajti, kharajtuma, kharajtunna, kharajtu, kharajna. 14 of them, just like huwa, huma, hum. Again, one more time. Kharaja, kharaja, kharaju, kharajat, kharajata, kharajna, kharajta, kharajtuma, kharajtum, kharajti, kharajtuma, kharajtunna, kharajtu, kharajna. What if I would have to bring in another verb, kataba? What is the meaning of kataba? He wrote. He wrote. Can I do the same conjugation? Yes, I can. For example, if I bring in kataba, 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 katabu, katabat, katabata, katabna, katabta, katabtuma, katabtum, katabti, katabtuma, katabtunna, katabtu, katabna. When I say katabtu, I wrote. Katabna, we wrote. When I say kataba, he wrote. When I say katabat, she wrote. When I say katabna, they wrote. Feminine gender, more than two. When I say katabti, you wrote. Feminine gender, second person. When I say katabtunna, which means more than two of you, feminine gender, second person, wrote. When I say katabta, you wrote, one person, masculine gender. So try to identify the file. Ta tumatum, ti tumatunna, tuna. That's one way of reminding ourselves. Kharaja, where is the file? Or kataba, where is the file? Huwa. Katabat, where is the file? Here. Kataba, kataba, katabu, katabat, katabata, katabna, katabta, katabtuma, katabtunna, katabtum, katabti, katabtuma, katabtunna, katabtu, katabna. When I say we wrote, which means katabna. And where is the file? Na. We will share a lot of verbs with you, and I would encourage everybody to do the conjugation of the verbs in the similar sentence, in the similar pattern. Let's do another verb. For example, daraba. 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 Darabu. Darabat. Darabata, darabna, darabta, darabtuma, darabtum, darabti, darabtuma, darabtunna, darabtu, darabna. Right? Zahaba. What is the meaning of zahaba? Zahaba means he went. He went. So let's do zahaba. Zahaba, zahaba, zahabu, zahabat, zahabata, zahabna, zahabta, zahabtuma, zahabtum, zahabti, zahabtuma, zahabtunna, zahabtu, zahabna. If I have to say she went, when I have to say she went, I would say zahabat. When I would have a second person feminine gender singular in front of me and I say you went, what would I say? Zahabti. If I have two masculine in front of me and I want to tell them you left, zahab tuma, and tuma is representing the fail, right? So another verb, shakara. Shakara, 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 shakaru, shakarat, shakarata, shakarna, shakarta, shakartuma, shakartum, shakarti, shakartuma, shakartunna, shakartu, shakarna. Right? So the pattern remains the same. Pattern remains the same. We will just take the verb and then we'll put that pattern into this, what do we call, into this pattern, and then we'll conjugate it. All we need to know at this point in time, there are 14 of them. where is the file, so that when a verb comes in a particular pattern, what does it represent? If I say kharajtuma or kharajtum, so I know tum represents antum, and kharaja means leaving, left. So I know kharajtum, more than 2 of the masculine gender left the building, right? Or left somewhere, left the room. Try to write down these past tense conjugations. It's very important. Is there any other verb that we can do? Did we do kataba? What about jalasa? Jalasa mean he sat. He sat. So if I want to say you sat, masculine gender, what would I say? Jalasta. Jalasta. If I want to say I sat, what would I say? Jalastu. Tu. If I want to say we sat, I would say jalasna. If I want to say to a feminine gender, you sat, jalasti. If I want to say he sat, jalasa. If I want to say female, third person, more than 2, they sat, I would say jalasna. If I want to say she sat, feminine gender, third person, jalasat. So the pattern remains the same. The die remains the same. We just pick up a verb and we'll put that verb into this die and then we'll conjugate it. 14 of them. Okay? So once we conjugate it, we write them down slowly over the period of time. We would know in a certain particular, in that pattern, what it represents, what it refers to. Does it refers to antum, or antuma, or antunna, or huwa, or hiya, or nahnu, or ana, or anti, or antuma, or antunna, whatever that is, 14 pronouns. What are these pronouns? These are nouns. So don't confuse nouns with the verbs. This is a very common mistake. These are the nouns. Huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna, ana, nahnu. They are all pronouns. But then once we know these pronouns, the verbs, the conjugation of the verbs, we would know it represents what are the files, who are the files. And file is always marfu. Remember that. File is always marfu. Kharaja. Where is the file? Mustatir. Hidden. Representing huwa. Kharajat. Where is the file? Mustatir. Hidden. Means here. Only with these two. The rest of them you can actually identify. Right? For example, if I write on the board, kharaja hamidun. What did I write on the board? Kharaja hamidun. What is kharaja? A verb, a fail. Whenever there is a verb, there is an action, there has to be a doer of the action. When I say kharaja hamidun, that means Hamid left. So now I don't say the file is huwa, I say Hamid, because huwa, he, is representing Hamid. When I say kharaja, he left. But when I say kharaja hamidun, now I am giving name to huwa. Now I am giving a name to huwa. I am specifying who that huwa is. Who that huwa is? Hamid. So now, when I say kharaja Hamidun, this is the jumla failure, a verbal sentence. And what are we looking in a verbal sentence?
Action.
Fail and file, action and the doer of the action. That's the basic requirement. So it's a complete jumla is failure, a verbal sentence. Kharaja Hamidun. Where is the file? Hamid, Hamidun. And file is always marfu. Always marfu. Is Hamid marfu? Hamid is marfu, which means Hamid is your file, right? So now I'm giving huwa a name here. What about here? Kharajat. Where is the file? Hiding inside the verb, representing here. But I want to give here a name. So I would say Kharajat Fatimatu. Kharajat Fatimatu. Where is the file in Kharajat Fatimatu? Fatimatu. Is Fatimatu marfu? Yes. Is Fatimatu a file? Yes. And what is this ta? It's Tau Tanisi. This is not a file. Here when I say Kharajat, this is Tau Tanisi. It's not a file. It's just represent that it represents here. So with any of them, if the file, if we would give a name to a file, for example, I want to say Kharaja, Huma. After Huwa comes Huma, masculine. Masculine, third person, representing two, Huma, Kharaja. But if I want to say Kharaja, and I would say Hamidun wa Aliyun, so Hamidun and Aliyun is your now, is your file. It's a bit advanced concept, but I'm just very confident then you're all very intelligent and will grasp this knowledge, right? So I would say Kharaja Hamidun wa Aliyun, which means Hamid and Ali. So now the file is, we are giving name to a file. And Hamidun wa Aliyun, they are both marfu and they are both file, right? The doer of the action. But for now, if you get this concept, fine. If not, just stick to the basic pattern of the past tense. We will share some verbs on the WhatsApp group and some worksheets, inshallah. Print those worksheets, write down, take one verb at a time and then conjugate it, understand it. First write the damir munfasil, the detached pronoun on one side, and then start to conjugate one verb at a time. Write them down, understand them, think about them, identify where the file is. And I'm pretty sure within 1 week, you would have a very good understanding of the past tense. This is the basic conjugation of, or introduction to the verbs. I know this is the first day. I know some of you may get confused, but don't worry about it. This is not as hard as it looks. With practice, you will get it. Memorize the myers, memorize the conjugation, write them down. And we have many more classes coming in where we would be doing this conjugation and repeating this conjugation over and over. We'll do it in the next class as well. We'll pick up a verb and then we will do a conjugation. Now let's go back to our book. Lesson number 5, there are a few exercises which are left. We'll see how much we can cover with those exercises. We are on page number 28. We are on page number 28, exercise number 4. What are we learning in lesson number 5? We are learning mudaf mudaf alayh, the possessive case, right? And what do we know about mudaf? Mudaf cannot have an al, mudaf cannot have a tanween. Okay, mudaf cannot have an al and mudaf cannot have a tanween. The two independent nouns, we want to create a possessive case between the two nouns. We have done this concept. We will remove the tanween from the first noun and put the one dhamma there, and for the second noun we'll make it majroor. For example, qalamun, hamidun, two independent nouns, and I want to say pen of Hamid, I would say qalamu hamidin, pen of Hamid. This is what we are learning in lesson number 5. So we'll try to finish the exercises. The exercise number 4. Iqra. Number 1, page number 28. Aina Baitul Mudarrisi. What is the meaning of Aina? Where? Where? Baitu al Mudarrisi. Baitul Mudarrisi. What comes into our mind when I look at this compound or this construction? Mudaf mudaf alayh. The first noun has a single dhamma and the second noun is majroor, which means house of the teacher. Where is house of the teacher? House of the teacher. The answer is huwa ba'idun. What is huwa? It. He or it. So we are saying it is ba'idun. Ba'idun means far. Ba'idun means far, very far. Is it a jumla ismiya? It is a jumla ismiya. Where is mubtada? Huwa. Huwa is mubtada. Is huwa marfu? Yes, huwa is marfu, we know. Is it mabni? It is mabni. Is it ma'rifa? Yes, it is ma'rifa. Huwa is representing house of the teacher, right? So mim. Huwa mubtada, and where is the khabar? Ba'idun. When the khabar is one word, it is marfu. So we say huwa mubtada and ba'idun khabar. Next one. Al-Qur'anu. Al-Qur'anu. Kitabullahi. Kitabullahi. Is it a jumla ismiya or a jumla fi'liya? First thing we have to think about. It is starting with a noun. Al-Qur'anu. Al-Qur'anu. Right? Starting with a noun. Where is the khabar? If Al-Qur'anu is mubtada, where is the khabar? Kitabu. Kitabu. If khabar is one word, then it is marfu. But I don't see a tanween here. I don't see a tanween here. And the next noun after kitabu is Allahi. What kind of construction is that? Kitabullahi, book of Allah. Book of Allah. Mudaf, mudaf alayh. Kitabu is mudaf, Allahi is mudaf alayh. So kitabu here is playing two roles. Remember the Venn diagram we made in the last class? It is khabar and it is also a mudaf. We say khabarun wa huwa mudaf, and it is mudaf, and Allahi is mudaf alayh. Simple. Al-Kaabatu. Next one. Number 3. Al-Kaabatu. Baytullahi. Baytullahi. Same thing. Al-Kaaba is house of Allah. Baytu is mudaf, khabar, and Allahi is mudaf alayh. Number 4, Muhammadun sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Put sallallahu alaihi wasallam in parenthesis, in bracket. This is the durood. Muhammadun Rasulullahi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Where is the mubtada? Muhammadun. Where is the khabar? Rasulu. Wahuwa mudaf. And Allahi is mudaf alayh. Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. Number 5, Kharaja. We did Kharaja today. Kharaja. What is the meaning of Kharaja? He left. But then Kharajal Mudarrisu. What follows Kharaja? A noun. It is marfu. And in a Jumla Failure, remember that. In a Jumla Failure, whenever there is a noun and it is marfu, wherever it is in the fail, maybe it comes right after the fail, or maybe it's at the end of the sentence. It is your file. Close your eyes and say, it is my file. It is so simple as that. So in this sentence, al-mudarrisu is your file, the doer of the action. Who left? Al-mudarris, the teacher. The teacher is the doer of the action. The action is performed by the teacher. Kharajal mudarrisu min ghurfatil mudiri. Simple translation. Kharajal mudarrisu, the teacher left, min, harf jar, from, ghurfati. What follows harf jar? Isam majroor. So ghurfati is your isam majroor. And after ghurfati comes al-mudiri. So room of the teacher. So ghurfati was ghurfatu, but because of min, it becomes ghurfati. Now ghurfati is playing two roles here. A, it is isam majroor. B, it is also a mudaf, and al-mudiri is your mudaf alayh. Why al-mudiri is majroor? Because it is mudaf alayh, right? And we have done this example, Bismillahi, right? Ismi is mudaf and Allahi is mudaf alayh. But because of B, ismu becomes ismi. So ismi is playing two roles here. It is ism majroor and it is also playing a role of mudaf. It's the same concept. In the last lecture, which is class number 8, we have done this concept. So kharaj al mudarrisu min ghurfatil mudiri. I think in the new books there are Arabs there. Are there? No? No? So put the Arabs, which is good. If the Arabs are not there, then put the Arab, that will make us strong. We also have on our website, lqmilton.com, we also have Hallut Tamarin. What is Hallut Tamarin? The solutions to these exercises. Dr. Saab has solutions to these exercises. So you can download the Hallut Tamarin, the solution to these exercises, from the website. They are called Key to Exercises. And then try these exercises yourself and then go back and check your answers. Don't go and look at the answer first and then do that. Do the exercises yourself first and then go back into the Hallut Tamarin. It's on our website. Key to the exercises. Once you perform these exercises yourself, go back and check and look at the Arabs, how correct your Arabs are for any exercises. Next one is number 6. Haza. Haza. What is haza? Ismu ishara lil kareeb, right? Ismu ishara lil kareeb. Haza, this. Baytu Hamidin. This is house of Hamid. Why do I say house of Hamid? Because Baytu Hamidin mudaf alayh. Where is the khabar after haza? Baytu. Only Baytu. If khabar is one word, then it is marfu. So Baytu here is marfu because has a dhamma at the end. Hamidin is mudaf alayh, right? And we know khabar is of 5 types. Khabar can be one word. If it is one word, then it will be marfu. Khabar can be jar majroor. Khabar can be zarf. So far we have learned 3 types of khabar. There are 2 more types of khabar that we will learn inshallah very soon. Haza baitu. So baitu is playing 2 roles here. It is khabar and it is also mudaf. Hamidin is mudaf alay. This is house of Hamid. Wa harfu atfin, which means and. Zalika baitu Khalidin. What is zalika? Ismu ishara lil ba'id. Ismu ishara lil ba'id, for things that are far from us. Haza, things that are closer to us. So I'm saying to somebody, Haza baitu Hamidin wa zalika, very far, baitu Khalidin, and that is not this, that is house of Khalid, this and that, right? That is house of Khalid. Again, zalika is your mubtada, baitu is your khabar, and mudaf and Khalidin is your mudaf alay. Number 7, Ibnu Ammarin. Ibnu Ammarin. What is Ibnu? Mudaf. Mudaf, right? Ammarin is mudaf alay. Son of Ammar. But first of all, before we actually do, is it a jumla ismiya or a jumla failiya? Is it a nominal sentence or a verbal sentence? It's a nominal sentence. So now, Ibnu is playing 2 roles here. It is a mudaf and it is also mubtada. It is because we know mubtada can be, mubtada is a noun, it is marfu and it is marifa and it is a noun. So, Ibnu, son of Hamid. So Ibnu is playing 2 roles here, mudaf and mubtada. Ammarin, mudaf alay, talibun. What is talibun? What is the grammatical value of talibun? Talibun means student, right? Son of Ammar. Ammar cannot be a khabar because khabar can be one word, khabar can be jar majroor, khabar can be a zarf. We know that. Talibun is your khabar. What is the news about son of Ammar? That he is a student. What is the predicate? What is the khabar? Talibun. So talibun is your khabar. One word, marfu. Son of Ammar is a student. Wow. Wabnu. Wabnu. This is Hamzatul Wasal. And son of Yasirin Tajirun. Son of Yasir is merchant. Son of Yasir is merchant. Again, Ibnu is playing 2 roles here, mubtada and mudaf. Number 8, Baitul Mudarrisi. Baitul Mudarrisi, house of the teacher. House of the teacher. Now this is jumla ismiya, nominal sentence. Baitu is playing 2 roles again here. It is a mubtada and it is also a mudaf. Ba'idun. It is far. House of the teacher is far. Baytu tajiri qaribun. And the house of the merchant is near. What is ba'idun? What is qaribun in these sentences? Khabar. Khabar. Baytu is playing 2 roles here in both sentences. You see how wow, the ataf is between the 2 sentences. What do we know about harfu atfin? This wow, it can join either the 2 sentences or it can join the 2 words. In this case, wow, harfu atfin is joining the 2 sentences. What are those 2 sentences? Baitul Mudarrisi Ba'idun, house of the teacher is far. Wa Baitul Tajiri Qaribun, and house of the merchant is near. Number 9, Haza Miftahus Sayyarati. Haza Miftahus sayyarati. This is key of the car. Miftahu is your khabar, wa huwa mudaf, and as-sayyarati mudaf alayh. This is key of the car. Aina miftahul bayti. Where is key of the house? Miftahul bayti. Miftahul bayti. Mudaf mudaf alayh. Mudaf mudaf alayh. Number 10. Man anta ya waladu. Man. What is the meaning of man? Who? Who? Who are you, oh boy? Now, waladun becomes waladu because harfu nida, and we have covered this in lesson number 8, I think. Yes, in lesson number 8 we have covered the harfu nida, the particle of calling. When the particle of calling comes before the name, the tanween will go away. This is the first rule, and we'll leave with one dhamma only. Man anta ya waladu. Who are you, oh boy? What is the answer? Anabnu Abbasin. Anabnu Abbasin. Because this Hamza is Hamzatul Wasal, so we can join Ana with the second letter of the noun. Anabnu. I am son of Abbas. Ibnu Abbasin. Ibnu Abbasin. Son of Abbas. Ibnu, your mudaf, Abbasin, mudaf alayh. Is this a jumla ismiya, nominal sentence? Yes. Where is the khabar? Ana. Pronoun, ana. And we know all pronouns are definite, and they are all marfu, and they are all mabni, which means they do not change their state. So in this case, ana is playing a role of mubtada, and mubtada by default I know is always marfu. So therefore ana is marfu, mubtada, marifa. And where is the khabar? Ibnu. Ibnu. One word. And also a mudaf, and Abbasin mudaf alayh. I am son of Abbas. Number 10. Wabnu man huwa. And whose son is he? And whose son is he? The answer is huwa, huwabnu Khalidin. Huwabnu Khalidin. He is son of Khalid. Again, huwa. What is huwa? Pronoun. Is it definite? Yes, it is definite. Is it marfu? It is marfu. Is it mabni? Yes, it is mabni. Is it a mubtada? It is a mubtada. Right? Where is the khabar? Ibnu. Wahuwa mudaf Khalidin mudaf alayh. Wabnu Khalidin. He is son of Khalid. Number 12. Aina masjidu Rasul. Aina masjidu Rasul Lillahi. Very nice. Lillahi. Why Lillahi? Because where is masjid of Rasul of Allah? Mudaf, mudaf alayh, mudaf, mudaf alayh. So aina means where. Masjidu is your mudaf. Masjid of Rasul. So Rasul becomes Rasuli because it is mudaf alayh, and then the next noun Allahi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Rasulullahi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. After that, Masjidu is your mubtada, Rasuli is your mudaf alayh, and also a mudaf, and then Allahi is your mudaf alayh. Where is Masjid of Rasul of Allah? Of. So what are we learning here? We are learning here mudaf alayh can sometimes play the role of mudaf alayh and mudaf as well. And we'll do some exercises here. Where is Masjid of Rasul, Masjid of Messenger of Allah, of and of, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. What is the answer? Huwa fil Madinatil Munawwarati. Huwa fil Madinatil Munawwarati. It is in Madinatul Munawwara. Where is the mubtada? Huwa. Where is the khabar? Fil Madinati. Fil Madani, it is in Madina. Jar Majroor, Shubu Jumla, Khabar. And Al Munawwarati, we have not learned it, but very good concept. It is adjective. It is adjective. You see how Al Madinati, Al Munawwarati, they both have Al, they are both Majroor, they are on the same pattern, they are both have a Taw Tanisi at the end. So it's an adjective. We'll learn about adjective very soon. But for now, just remember the grammatical value of Al Munawwarati is adjective. Number 13. Bintu Hamidin. Bintu Hamidin, daughter of Hamid. Bintu is your mubtada, wa huwa mudaf, Hamidin mudaf alayh, fil madrasati. Bintu Hamidin fil madrasi is in school. Wa bintu Muhammadin, and daughter of Muhammad, fil jamiati, is in the university. Right? So where is the khabar in bintu Hamidin fil madrasati? Fil madrasati. Hamidin is mudaf alayh. Hamidin cannot be khabar because khabar is not marfu here. If either it could be one word which is marfu, or it could be jar majrur, or it could be zarf. So far we have learned three types of khabar. So fil madrasati, jarun wa majrurun, shibu jumla, khabar. What is the information that we are giving about bintu Hamidin, daughter of Hamid? That she is in the school. That is your khabar. And the bintu Muhammadin is in al Jamiyati, in the university. Number 14. Ismul Mudarrisi. Ismul Mudarrisi Sa'idun. Ismu Mubtada, wa huwa mudaf, al Mudarrisi, name of the teacher. What is the name of teacher? Sa'idun, khabar, marfu. Wow, wasmu, and name of al Muhandisi, name of the engineer, is Khalidun. Khalidun is your khabar. Ismu is playing two roles here. It is mubtada and it is also a mudaf. Number 15. Ammu talibi ghaniyun. What is the meaning of ammu? Ammu means your uncle from your father's side, right? From your father's side, the brother of your father. Ammu talibi ghaniyun, father of the student. What about him? What is the khabar? Ghaniyun, he is rich. Ammu is your mubtada, wa huwa mudaf, at-talibi, which is student, ghaniyun, rich, khabar, one word. Number 16. Babul masjidi. Babul masjidi, door of the masjid. Maftuhun. What about it? Maftuhun is open. Okay. Babul masjidi. Babul. Now why I'm not saying al babu? Because mudaf cannot have an al, mudaf cannot have a tanween. So that's why I'm saying babu. But my mind knows that babu is playing two roles here. It is a mudaf and it is a mubtada. Babul masjidi maftuhun, door of the masjid is open. Wa babul madrasati mughlaqun, and the door of the school is closed. Mughlaqun. Khalu Hamidin faqirun. Khalu is again uncle from your maternal side, from your mother's side. Khalu Hamidin, uncle of Hamid, faqirun is poor. Is poor. Faqirun is your khabar. Number 18. Sayyaratu Abbasin Fishari'i. Sayyaratu Abbasin. Sayyaratu Abbasin. car of Abbas. What about it? What is the predicate? Fish Shari is in the street. Is in the street. This is something that we learned in book 3. But I'm very confident that you will get it. When I say Sayyaratu, just Sayyaratu, what does it sound to you? Does it sound definite to you or does it sound indefinite to you? It sounds indefinite to you because we know the mubtada is definite, right? We know the mubtada is definite. So either the mubtada will have an al or it would be a proper noun. It could be a proper noun or it could be a noun with an al, which means a definite which represents, or it could be one of the pronouns which are definite. But Sayyaratu is none of it. Sayyaratu is not a pronoun. It doesn't have an al. It is not a proper noun, right? So, and I'm saying Sayyaratu Abbasin, car of Abbas, Fish Shari'i is in the street, and I'm saying it is mubtada. Then you might probably be wondering, and this is a book 3 concept, but I'm just saying it, you know. Now, this Sayyaratu belongs to somebody. Who does it belong to? Abbasi. So I'm not talking about any car here. There may be 10 cars parked here, but I'm only pointing towards the car of Abbas. So by default, the mudaf is also definite. So there are 10 cars parked here, but I'm just pointing towards car of Abbas. So even though Sayyaratu sound like indefinite, but by virtue of it being mudaf, it belongs to somebody specific, it is definite. So Sayyaratu is your mubtada, is Marifa is definite. Car of Abbas is in the street. Number 19. 2 more and then we will do the rest of the exercises in the next one, inshallah. Ibnu man anta. Ibnu man anta. Whose son are you? The answer is Ana. Anabnul mudarrisu. Ana. Anabnul mudarrisu. I am son of the teacher. I am son of the teacher. Is it a nominal sentence? Yes, it is a nominal sentence. Where is mubtada? Ana. Where is khabar? Ibnu. One word. Wahuwa mudaf. Al mudarrisi mudaf alayh. Okay. Al mudarrisi mudaf alayh. And then number 20. Ainal kalabu. Where is the dog? The answer is huwa tahta sayyarati. Huwa mubtada. Where is the khabar? Tahta. Zarf. We have done zarf in the last class. Adverb of place. Zarfu makan. He is under a sayyarati. Under the car. So see, when I say he is under, then your mind is wonder where exactly where is he under? He is under the car, as-sayyarati. So I have to bring in the mudaf alayh, and some zarf needs a mudaf alayh for clarity. So when I say he is under, you say under where? As-sayyarati. I will bring in mudaf alayh. He is under the car. We'll stop here. But before we stop here, I want us to do one more drill, one more time. First, damir munfasil, and then the conjugation of the verb that we learned today. Huwa huma hum, hiya huma hunna, anta antuma antum, anti antuma antunna, ana nahnu. Right? And then let's do the conjugation of kharaja one more time. Kharaja, kharaja, kharaju, kharajat, kharajata, kharajna, kharajta, kharajtuma, kharajtum, kharajti, kharajtuma, kharajtunna, kharajtu, kharajna. Kataba, 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 katabu, katabat, katabata, katabna, katabta, katabtuma, katabtum, katabti, katabtuma, katabtunna, katabtu, katabna. So we know the die, we will just take the verb, put that verb into a die and then conjugate it, the 14 of them. That's how we'll do it. More practice, inshallah. With that, we will finish our class, inshallah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. La yukallifullahu nafsan illa wus'aha. Laha ma kasabat wa alayha maktasabat. Rabbana la tu'akhizna in nasina aw akhtana. Rabbana wa la tahmil alayna isran kama hamaltahu alal lazina min qablina. Rabbana wa la tuhammilna ma la taqata lana bihi wa'fu anna waghfir lana warhamna anta maulana fansurna alal qawmil kafirin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.